So we got this book at Book Expo a long time ago, and it was another one of those situations where I harassed Chelsey, and I'm like, Chelsey, we need to get this book. And Chelsea's like, yes, we're getting this book. It's fine. And I'm like, but we got it. How does she put up with me?
Just do the schedule. This was a step outside the box for Garth Nix. He was like, yes, I am adapting one of my favorite novels, The Three Musketeers. Sort of.
But not really.
Like, just the concept, basically.
Yeah.
And so the book starts following 4 characters. There's Dorothea, there is Henry, Agnes, Simon, and then the villain of the story is kind of unclear from the back of the book, but she's the villain, is Lilith.
Once upon a time, Lilith fell in love with an angel and totally ruined an entire country so she could fuck him. The end.
That's her whole motivation, and if you're going, what? 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 Yeah, that's basically all I know about that. On the one hand, the magic system for this book is very cool. Based on angels, everybody's kind of like clerics, but the consequences of using magic is time off your life. But on the other hand, it's kind of a very underexplained system. So Lilith is trying to accomplish the thing, which is bring Pelennial, her boyfriend, to Earth, but what she's doing to achieve that goal, you're kind of like, I don't get it.
Things to know, she's eaten some angels.
So they're afraid of her.
So they're all afraid of her. The reason that she can cast magic without the time price is that she ate some angels. And so, like, the angels inside of her, when she, like, they forcefully heal her and burn up. That's fun.
It's weird.
Dorothea looks at her at one point, she's like, there's, like, a bunch of people in there. I think the more interesting villain was the Cardinal's woman. Like, her,
was
like...
she a villain, though?
She
really?
was, like, a villain? Like, and, like, not a villain, an antagonist, an antagonistic force. She was more interesting to me than Lilith because she was more developed and you understood where she was coming from, and he put so much effort in creating the systems of government and the church that you automatically realized, like, where people's loyalties lied and how that would affect relationships. This woman hates the Musketeers because there's such a rivalry between their two organizations. And because our main characters end up, like, hanging out mostly with the Musketeers, she kind of hates them, but she kind of has a thing for Dorothea. And it's just very nice and beautiful and complicated.
Yeah, but, like, Lilith, on the other hand, she's just like, I want to fuck Pelennial. But you never even really get a background on her relationship with this angel. Like, how did they fall in love? Why does she love him? Like, does he return her affections? Like, how does he make her feel? She's just like, I want to be with him. I want to be with him. And you're like, okay, so that justifies thousands of lives ruined. Like...
And the grand irony of those thousands of lives ruined, like, are her minions.
Yeah. In Lilith's plan to be reunited with Pelennial, she disconnects the entire country because, like, archangels have their own countries, like, they're like their patron saints or whatever, but so she somehow disconnects everybody from the country from the angel, so magic can't work on the people anymore. They either get, like, this ash blood plague or they turn into, like, difficult to kill beasts. So the country absolutely descended into chaos, like, within, like, a week kind of thing. Lilith's cult was following her, and she kind of disappeared and went to sleep for a couple 100 years or 100 years, something like that.
And now she's woken up to finish what she started.
Because apparently there are, like, a spark of Pelennial in these 4 people. I don't get it.
Yeah, the whole idea is she needs to get the spark and then she can get him. And I guess because, like, whatever she did to untie him from the world kind of somewhat summoned him but fractured him, and so he's spread out all across everywhere and he needs to be put back together.
But this is just conjecture. Like, we never get an answer to what she did. You're just kind of like, I think that's maybe what she wanted. Or maybe, like, I could be like, there was, like, sparks of him in everyone, and then she just wanted it condensed, so it ended up in, like, 4 people, and so she only needed... Like, I don't know. I'm making this up.
All that matters is she wants to get with an angel, and our 4 heroes, because they all have sparks of this angel, they kind of feel drawn together, and it's super cute because all of a sudden they feel like they're siblings and they get along and they feel like they've known each other forever, and they all have such distinct personalities, yet they get along so well, and just any moment of all of them interacting and all of their personalities like bumping into each other is when the book really truly shines.
It is. It
because
really is.
They're just so distinct.
Yeah.
Like, Dorothea is very kind of like Luna Lovegoody. just like, all I want to do is do my art, but the church won't let me because I could become a heretic. And so she becomes very obsessed with what is considered heretical thought, and like maybe the rules that she's been living under, why do they exist? Why are they the rules? Who made these rules? Maybe they're wrong.
And then there's Henry, who's very money motivated because he comes from a poor family and his job is basically the only thing that's keeping him from poverty.
And Simon, who's a really good doctor.
Or wants to be. And all he wants to do is study and keep his head down, but Lilith keeps getting in the way.
And then Agnes, who is my other favorite, who just really wants to be a musketeer. Her mother was a musketeer, and so she wants to, like, you know, like, prove herself because she's super talented and a good fighter and a little bit hot-headed, and I just, like, she's so much fun.
She'll fight you for anything. It's a lot.
And the other characters, they end up having to stay with the musketeers under their protection for reasons, and Agnes is like, yes, we're all musketeers, we're all where we should be, this is the best life, you should be so happy, and the other, like, everybody's like, I want to be a doctor. I just want my job back.
Oh, it's so cute.
And she takes personal offense to this, but, you know, it burns itself out so quickly.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Lilith is, like, in the town pretending to be this other, like, this noble woman to, like, befriend the queen, to get funding to go to Ystara, to get stuff out of Ystara, but actually go there to try and summon her boyfriend from the sky.
She's got, like, a lot of complicated plans that seem to go nowhere.
Yeah, she's the type of person who, like, you know, you have a very easy thing to do, but you do the really, like...
You just... Yeah. And so, like, she ends up taking over a bunch of refusers, because that's what they call the people of Ystara, because they can't cast magic on them anymore, otherwise bad things happen.
Like, man, that is a sad existence for, like, a world where if you were to get sick, you could go to, like, a mage, and they could, like, spell you better. Like, you know, like, if you have a very, like, a horrible disease, or, like, something super easy fix, but a refuser has to, like, ride it through, because magic would just kill them, or turn them into a monster. This book, in certain places, like, the whole, like, ash blood, plague, and monsters kind of gave me, like, Bloodborne vibes, which I was, like, super there for.
On the whole, I found, like, Lilia's character really weak, and it would have been very easy to kind of, like, explain through her perspective what was going on with the magic system and, like, what were her steps that she was taking, and we just never got that. And it was kind of like a strangely underwritten character for being such a big part of the book. Mm-hmm. I didn't like her at all. You know what,
if all you want to do is get with your boyfriend, fine, that's motivation, fine, like,
see, but
fine.
Like,
I would have liked it better if they had built their relationship more, if we got flashbacks, because, like, the way that angels are, they don't exactly, like, they have personalities, but they're very alien. Like, there's, like, this level of, like, cosmic horror, like, old god thing going on where you interact with angels, but you don't know them. Like, they make a point of talking about all of the iconography being, like, how angels are presented, and some of them are, like, humanoid, but some of them are, like, objects, like a fiery wheel. Nobody knows what exactly an angel looks like. Yeah. Or what they have a feeling of what they feel like, but they don't know them. So, like, how do you love a concept? You know, like, that would be something really interesting to explore.
Yeah.
But it's not.
So, Lilith goes through her whole complicated plan where she gets, like, a whole army of refusers, like, to kind of, like, go to Ystara because there's some treasure that she's told the queen is there. The army goes with them, so the friends go with them as well to Ystara. She kidnaps the 4 friends, and she takes them off to her lair, and it's all kind of like a big fight chase scene because the beasts of Ystara are, like, chasing them, and then they finally get to the moment where she's like, alright, I'm gonna do the spell, and Dorothea manages to convince her that, no, why would you want to bring Paladiel down here when you can go up there?
It basically becomes the end of Aladdin, where it's like, why don't you become a genie? Why don't you become an angel?
Yeah, that's what she does, and then the story ends.
And because, like, everything is fixed, so, like, all of the people, like, the refusers are cured, all of the monsters become humans again.
That's so awkward.
And there's, like, the monster that was trying to get in is just like, oh, fuck, I'm naked.
How long has it been? So all in all, it was like a 3 for me.
I liked it. It was fun. Like, I really liked the world. I really liked the characters. Like, the plot was more of a feeling than a plot, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's more focused on a tone, and I think he got the tone that he was aiming for.
He definitely got the tone. But, like, to push it up for me, and I didn't dislike it. And I would be like, yeah, if you want something interesting, read it. But it's not my favorite.
It's not the Garth Nix book you would recommend if you were recommending a Garth Nix book.
So, that is our review of Angel Mage. Let us know what you think. Bye, guys.